Today we are going to Today we are going to focus on maximizing user acquisition in gaming apps through some key points alongside with our experienced gaming industry experts. My name is Ashish. I'm currently working as the business development manager for Southern India region. Let me quickly introduce our panel, starting with Konstantin Bakarov, who is currently working as business development manager with Äppska, who will be providing us an insight on how to boost your revenue with alternative traffic sources, followed by Dmitry Medentev, who is the senior client partner with SHAREit. He will be providing us an insight on new opportunities for gaming. Then we have Kareem Tarakchi, who is working as a game manager with Game Factory, who will provide us some key factors on how to decrease your user acquisition cost with better creatives. Then followed by me, our SocialPeta first half white paper 2022 on mobile gaming marketing. So let's start with Constantine. He'll be sharing the PPT and he'll be giving us the insights on his chosen topic.
Yeah, hello everyone. Thanks for joining, and please give me permission to share my screen. Great. From here, I'm going to start. Thanks again for joining. My name is Konstantin. I'm presenting Äppska. I'm doing business development here. Pleasure to meet you all. Today we're going to talk about mobile user acquisition, especially about alternative traffic sources. So here you can see the Äppska stack, like which services we have. You can see apart from in-app and OEM sources that I'm going to talk further, we have also a big team of influence department. Also, it includes retargeting and affiliate marketing. Affiliate marketing here, I mean that we have acquired multiple ad networks. I'm going to talk about it later because affiliate marketing has lots of ups and downs. And I'm going to talk about the cases we have, the bad ones and the good ones, to share our experience working there. Just a second. Okay, I'm gonna start firstly with DSP sources. To give you more details, Äppska is like a marketplace where you can find almost everything for mobile user acquisition. The main bidding model in DSP sources is, of course, CPM and CPI. With some of the partners that we are working on DSP, the suggestion is to start from at least $5,000, and here we can say that definitely it's not like a lightning fast results. For example, working with just a second. Working, for example, with Liftoff, we need at least 1 month and to optimize the campaign and do the tests to find the relevant audience. What is the good here is that this DSP is mostly doing with gaming vertical, with great optimization to not only installs but for mobile gamers. For example, like use machine learning to find lookalike players. This is a great feature to optimize to your return on ad spend. For example, like day 7. I'm going to show the case later. And here also we can create our own creatives as well and use, of course, yours. It is playable, reward video, native, or just a video. Maloko is also really good. We are working with them. I know that lots of advertisers are working with them directly, and like you can have a question why we should work with you, not directly with Moloko or Liftoff. Here I can say that we can do a service of for example, net payment terms or business entities, and to reach the advertisers on the specific markets much faster than you can do it directly, because we already have it in our pool of clients. Um, so I'm gonna go further. Um, so the main advantages that I can see in these DSPs, and not only the Moloko and Liftoff that I have mentioned, um, uh, here advertisers are mostly asking for which app we're going to use to promote. The transparency really matters, and there is no problem here. We can choose the app and pass the bundle ID where the ads will be shown. And of course, choose the most relevant app of engaging users. Yeah, here's the case with War Magic. I think um, what I can say it here is just the KPIs that were reached as day 7 return on ad spend, more than 10%, retention rate, day 1 20%, and the geos that we have targeted is US, UK, Germany, Spain, France, and Japan. I can say that US and Japan went really good among all of them. Japan, I think, is number 1 with not only these DSP sources. One of our affiliate partner is one of the best on Japan market. So I can share more info. You can ask me any questions regarding this market. The next block is about OEM sources. So for those who don't know that, is basically you can know the phone manufacturers, and here we use their inventory and use their ecosystem to promote for promotion. For example, what is like the best things here that we can target phone brands? For example, for example, Oppo. If you want to target like directly Realme devices or OnePlus devices, it can be done via Oppo. Also, choose device model or target audience on similar apps. For example, you have a game of a specific in a specific field, and we're gonna target the audience from this field. Also, I want to mention here the placements. The placements are vary from one OEM to another, but basically this is like a general thing about browser or downloads or app vault, where they recommend and where you can see the banner, and with some of the placements, creatives are not really needed. For example, you just need an icon, and if your app is pretty popular, you just need an icon to have good promotion. In terms of geos, this is mostly for Southeast Asia, India, Africa. Transsion is I think the biggest in Africa, and for tier 1 countries, Xiaomi is the best. For Latin America, Huawei. Here you can see the models of work. CPI, I think, is the most popular one, and for CPM, it's mostly for brand campaigns. For example, you can see on this placement screen, for example, Splash. This is This is the first what you will see opening, for example, Oppo App Store, and everyone will see it, every user that opens it. Um, Also, you can see like hot apps. These apps are gonna are promoted, and homepage, push notifications, top banner, searching page, and keyword recommendation. This is also really good. Um, Also, I'm gonna talk about more with one of the publishers we have with the keyboard as well. It will be later. Um, and there is like a good thing and a bad thing working with OEM sources. These companies are totally separate, and we have faced problems working separately with all of them. It is a managing service from their side, and you know where all is um, where all the tasks are going to the manager, and you cannot really do something by hand or optimize, for example, choose creatives or choose the placements or what are converting best or not. This is the communication problem we have, and start and stop of the traffic. For example, you need to contact managers to do it. And of course, they have um, their own priorities for clients. For example, I want to promote this advertiser, but they're not really interested in that. And what we can offer here is that we have connected all in one place on the platform, where we can do the optimization on placement level, on creatives level, and we have the start and stop like a button. So it was a long process to do that, but the results um, are great in terms of solving these problems. Uh, so we can at least communication problem and optimization problem was solved. Next thing is offer wall traffic. I think it's very relevant to gaming industry. For those who don't know that, it's instant traffic where users perform a certain action for a reward. There are mostly two types of offer wall is where you can buy on CPI model. You can buy just installs to boost your app plus uh, plus review and comment for your app. This is mostly using for boosting your app in the store. And search CPI. So search CPI um, is the thing where we put certain keywords, and then motivated users are going straight to App Store or Google Play, and they already have these keywords inserted. And then, of course, App Store and Google Play starts they see that with these keywords, they choose the certain app, and this certain app is going up, boosting the organic users. And cost per engagement. For cost per engagement, I'm gonna talk more on the case. Here is the client that we're working with, Money app, and also this Make Money. These are direct publishers that we have onboarded, and they're performing great almost for every geo. Mostly, of course, it is tier one countries, Southeast Asia, Latin America, India. Um, so yeah, the case. So this was the cost per engagement, and the events were really different. For example, like get 5 skins or reach 1 million power, complete level 10. The geo was US, and it performed really great. And I can definitely say that in the gaming vertical, of this is really works great because of course they have ad monetization, And this is like the simple thing that we can do, but it is relevant for both sides, for us and for advertiser. Yeah, publishers. The publishers that we are working with, for example, to name a few, is Baidu, SHAREit, and CatBite. For SHAREit, Dmitry will take a word to go deeper and talk about it after me. They're a good partner of us. And also Baidu. Yeah, I have mentioned that I'm going to talk about the keyboard. Baidu has a keyboard where we can promote apps in verticals like US, India, Russia as well. So some of the Southeast Asian countries. And CatBite is mostly for European countries. Yeah, the Amazon ads. I think this is I like this part the most. When we talk about Amazon ads, we should definitely say that Fire Tablet is one of the, is, I think, #1 place to promote games in the US. As you can see, the categories of the usage is pretty different. But for example, games are on the second level, or on the second place after video streaming and before web browsing. The really interesting thing here is that their ecosystem. For example, on the wake up screen, you can see the ads. There is a screenshot on the right side. So as soon as you wake up your device, you shouldn't even unlock it. You will see the ad straight. Then it's go directly to the App Store and download. The interesting targeting here is also that, for example, they use their really big database of Amazon Shopping, for example, and for example, user was searching for fishing tools, and then they can recommend this fishing game to the people who were searching for fishing tools. I think this is one of the interesting thing they have. The bidding is mostly on CPM and CPC, with the optimization to return on ad spend. Also, yeah, when you unlock the device, you can see the recommendations especially for you. And to optimize like the campaigns and make it quicker for attribution, they have one-tap app download. It's basically, you can just accept the terms of it, and when you tap on an icon of the app, it will be downloaded automatically without like going to App Store or somewhere else. So difficulties in working with alternative traffic sources here is I'm talking mostly about affiliates. There's a huge amount of affiliates that we're working with, and one of the main problems is that you're dealing with managers, and managers can be really different. It's been already 6 years dealing with that. Also integration issues, optimization, creatives, and fraud risks for sure. After that long period of time working in that sphere, we can say that we have acquired on the trusted sources. The optimization that we did, it's mostly automatical right now, as I already mentioned about OEMs, for example. In terms of fraud risks, here we just blocked all the all the fraudulent traffic sources even before Protect 360, for example, in Äppska. And you have all in one place with support and just pay for results. Also, like an extra value you can have with us is the creative in-house creative lab. Here's some of the examples that working with clients like Dragonstorm, Wargaming, War of Magic, King Throne. So if you need any creative, you are welcome to have our services. And that's it. I will appreciate to have any questions. You can ask me.
Thank you, Constantine. That was really informative, and I think we and the audience as well, we got a lot of important information from the PPT. Uh, I just was going through and I wanted to understand from your point of view, since you're working in the industry for a very long time, what challenges do you think there are for choosing alternative, traffic sources? How
Yeah,
do you
okay.
tackle that challenges?
Yeah, the first of all, the challenge that I have also already mentioned, it is a fraud risk.
Yes.
It was, I think, at the beginning of our start. Then, of course, we have blocked that and use not only Protect 360 but also platform where we can uh, do it before Protect
Yes.
360. Yeah,
Okay.
and yeah, communication problem was always, and um, do the API integration, for example, is solving that much.
Mhm.
So we can optimize by ourselves, but not relating to managers.
That's great.
Uh,
Mhm.
that's a much quicker process. And for example, the problem that we are solving right now still that some of the publishers, they cannot work on the terms that advertisers are working.
Yeah.
Um, so we are behaving as a mediator and
Mhm.
solving services, like providing the services between advertiser and publisher.
That's that's great, Constantine. I'm sure our audience will have few questions also. Probably if you could probably hold it off uh, by the end of the session, then we can discuss, and the panel will be open for other questions and answers as well. Now let me introduce Dmitry Melentev. He'll be sharing the PPT on his product from SHAREit. Dmitry, go ahead, please.
Yeah. Hi guys. Hi guys. Just let me know if you can see something.
I think we can see it. Yeah.
See yourself. Okay. That's not bad at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's do it like this. Sorry. Let's do it from the beginning. Yeah, guys. While I am doing this with my technical stuff, so let me introduce myself. My name is Dmitry. I'm in charge of business development for Performance Hub in HTTP. We are partners and exclusive resellers of SHAREit platform, and at the same time, we are the clients and partners of Äppska for a pretty long time, guys. By the way, yeah. A little, just a couple of words about HTTP. So what we're doing, we are representing the major platforms like SHAREit, Twitter, Facebook, Spotify, Reddit, everything. On the territories, they do not have any permanent establishment. So we have began our partnership with SHAREit like 2.5 years ago. And right now we're in charge for the sales and accounting in Russia, former CIS countries, and Central Eastern Europe. So we're quite huge. So everything that is Western to Euros, I would say, is ours. So if somebody of you is interested in something like that, just drop me a message after our call. So as I like to tell this story. So SHAREit is the biggest platform that you most probably haven't heard about. yet, but today we'll have a chance to talk more about this wonderful platform. So actually, what is SHAREit? So SHAREit positioned themselves as the world's largest distribution platform, and actually the application that that makes people share all the files, including the APK of the different application. So I would say, in a plain words, the guys have reinvented the AirDrop for Android. There was no such function pre-installed in the devices, and they take their origin from Lenovo. If you remember, there was such company that were making their own smartphones. So the SHAREit was the pre-installed application there. So up to now, SHAREit is number 6 as the most downloadable application in the entire history of Google Play. So the guys have done a pretty good job there. And as I have said, they have their unique technology of this peer-to-peer transmission of any file within seconds. So this is really their own invention. So we have plenty of applications that look close to SHAREit, but they're not that cool. And at the same time, SHAREit is not only by now, it's not only the utility that just makes people share the files. So this is a huge entertainment hub. So it is more, right now determined to the engagement of the users. So we have some videos there. We have we have infinite video feed. We have vertical videos. We have lots of content there. And of course, today we are talking mostly about the gaming. So we have our killer feature that is called Game Center. So from Game Center, you can download the title directly to your phone, even without your friend who can, share it with you. But there is also the games that the users don't have to install. So it's HTML5. So people spend a lot of time, playing those games, mostly casual, hyper casual games. But this also affects engagement. So average time that the user spends and share it is 60 minutes plus. It's quite impressive for a utility, I would say. Talking about about how SHAREit is huge. So just imagine that 10 million applications are shared by the SHAREit users every day. And it works like, like there is a pandemic, and one patient is being, very infective, and he or she infects up to 16 their friends. So this works just the same. And if we're talking about the game in particular, so I would go just a few steps further. As you see, the unique mechanics of SHAREit and the idea of sharing something with your friends is very close to the gaming. And it means that you can share a title you like, and you can start to play with your homies just like from that very moment. And that actually gave us a very good boost in acquainting some new audience. And by now, actually, and by now, SHAREit is quite huge in the quality of monthly active users and and about the geography. But of course, all of that would not be possible without any help from Google. And of course, they had to make this agreement with Google. It happened in 280. And actually, what was the profits for the both parties here? So first of all, every single install that is coming for SHAREit, it doesn't matter if it is a display or if it is a transmission from one device to another. It is attributed to Google Play. What is interesting here, even if that title is not being right now presented in the Google Play, for example, on a certain territory, for reasons of, I don't know, compliance or maybe some billing or whatever. Anyway, it doesn't affect the user acquisition, so we can continue acquisition of the new users here. And again, every single install will be attributed to Google Play. Then all the traffic goes under Google Play Protect. That means that usually if an user of an Android device is going to download something directly from the link, maybe from a landing or something, or from another device, there will be a system window asking him or her like, man, are you sure that you want to download something from the internet that you don't know? They can probably harm your device. It doesn't occur here, so it is literally frictionless one-click installation. So whatever a person clicks the banner or something, so the install goes immediately. We are also able to make the automatic updates of the application, and actually this is a recurrent process. As I have said, this is a very profitable agreement for the both parties, and actually by now, SHAREit stays the only API, direct API in a partner of Google Network. Let's go further. So as I have mentioned, like I would say that SHAREit is the home of gamers, and actually up to 40% of SHAREit users are active gamers, and they actually do it every day. In our game center, that is a certain category where people spend a lot of time. We have up to 2,000 different games that people can, download or play instantly, even without download any APK on their device. So if we're talking about the geography of ours, so SHAREit is the Chinese company that has been exiled from China for not willing to share any personal data or any data with the authorities. And that's why right now the guys are situated in Singapore. And we have up to 500 million MAU. We have up to 2.4 billion users and 2.4 billion devices. We are actually in all the countries right now. And what is interesting, so here it is represented both our direct inventory that includes our certain formats for making people share the certain applications more frequently, and actually the SHAREit Audience Network that actually covers all the world, and our gaming clients that are, I would say, for these 2.5 years, if we take the total revenue, so up to 60% of our clients are from gaming in this and that respect. So this is quite solid, and as we have known from our own experience, the platform is extremely capable and extremely useful if you are doing the acquisition in Southeast Asia, for example. So our key geos there are Indonesia, Philippines, and Malaysia. Interesting fact there, if we take Indonesia, SHAREit audience is bigger than Facebook there, because the guys have done a lot of effort and a lot of investment, I would say, in the awareness of SHAREit as it is. So we have a great credibility there. At the same time, if you're talking about the average CPI and CPM benchmarks, SHAREit is up to 20% cheaper than Facebook, and the same 20% more efficient than the mentioned platform. The other key geo for us right now in respect of gaming is US. So recently we have got the partnership with premium publishers on the territory of the United States, and we're able there to do the user acquisition and CPI, and we're doing it for the major guys like King with their Candy Crush, with Playrix with their actually 2 or 3 titles. We're making a lot there, so I guess most of you are interested mostly in acquisition of the first tier, so we know how to do it, and it goes quite well. Yeah, so if we're talking about the clients in particular, so I would say when we have started the partnership with SHAREit 2 and something years ago, we didn't have enough instruments for the optimization for ROI, for example, for some events and everything. So we have started from huge publishers in hyper casual, because we have seen the geos, so we are able to give a huge amount of installs for decent price and even more decent quality. But now we're able to do some serious things, and we're actually working with the guys starting from 100% ad monetization and ending up with the super ROAS oriented guys like King, like Playrix, like PUBG, like Playrica, like Mail.ru with their my games. So we're doing quite a lot there. yeah, some awards of ours. Maybe you are watching all those ad index updates. So this year we were number 7 as the scale of high quality user growth. So this is quite a decent place here, and we are right now. Oh, sorry, we are number 8 in overall retention rate. So there's also some impressive in my opinion. So if we're talking about some technical capabilities and actually capabilities of SHAREit as a platform in respect of targeting and in respect some tailored things. So I would say that, of course, SHAREit as any big performance platform has all the necessary instruments for making some custom targeting and everything, and taking into consideration the fact that it is Android and it's by its origin it's more open to the users and to the advertisers. And what we're able to do here, we can make super tailored granular level targeting, taking into consideration interests, age, super locals, like we're doing a lot, for example, for on-demand services on groceries, delivery, and everything. So those guys are very interested in super local stuff that we can have some city targeting and everything. And as a cherry on top, what we are able to do is that we can target the particular applications that are being installed on this or that device, make a custom cohort out of that, and actually target the right persons that we are able to get from there. Yeah, if we're talking, oh, finally, I found this button. Sorry. So if we're talking about the formats, so I would say we have, like in the plain words, we have 2 major formats. So one of them is actually influencing app sharing behavior of our users. So in this respect, I would compare this format not with the classical performance that all we have, but more with ASO formats. So imagine that at the moment, then a user is going to share some applications with his friend. We appear and we make like the highlight, and we make a super placement for them, making our application that we want to share more vivid under the thumb and under the eye of the user. So we can actually, as I have shown in the very beginning, we can make up to 13x more efficient user acquisition by sharing directly the application from one device to another. And what's more interesting here, that for sure people are not sharing one application at once, but once they are going into this social communication, into this close conversation, so our users are more likely to tell some story about your game. So if they like that, they will more likely to share it and actually tell some story like, man, the game is awesome, so there is a chance to have some multiplayer there, or I have built some unique stuff there, so why don't you share it with, why don't you try it with me? So this is a very precious stuff here. And in addition to that, of course, we have huge amount of inventories as you have seen, and we're able to apply here the classical display formats. So this can be starting from some pop-ups and ending with some premium formats that are covering all the entire geography at one day. So if you're running some ads with TikTok, you know, they have the format that is called one shot. So we also have it, and actually all the entire users, for example, in Indonesia, who start the application SHAREit that day, and it's quite a lot. It's up to 16 million people. They will see on the first screen your advertisement and advertisement of your entire title. Yeah,
Dimitri,
and
sorry to jump in. As I said, we have a time rate of 15 minutes. I'll let you
yeah,
continue, but if you try to cover it as soon as possible, we
yeah,
have
sure.
2
This
more
is actually
users. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, the last slide I want to show it here. So I
Sure.
have told a lot of beautiful words about that, but this is nothing without some proof.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so yeah. So talking about some cases. So our one of our hugest clients right now is King with their Candy Crush and one other title. So we're running with the guys entirely in the US and UK. And you can see here, so it is not about the quantity of installs. So everybody can do 50K installs for Candy Crush. It's not about that. It's about the overall ROS that is more than 200%, and that is ROS target of tier one countries up to 178%. So this is quite impressive. And actually, when we are coming to a new client and just showing this slide, so everybody is very, very excited about that. And what more, so this is our relatively new client, Matchmasters. You have seen, I guess, a lot of advertisement about them. So the guys are doing this US in particular and our worldwide in our direct in-app inventory, and taking into consideration the fact that they have hybrid model of the monetization that is more in in advertisement. So 2.5% for day 7 ROAS is something impressive there, and the guys have also applied some must-haves, as you have seen, and they have tried lots of formats. So I guess that in a 6 months we'll have even more impressive cases to hear. So I am done. Maybe there is some questions that you want to ask.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Dimitri. Unfortunately, you have a lot of really great, thoughtful, insights to discuss, and it was really entertaining as well. As I understand, I was going through the PPT and everything. I just wanted to understand from your side, like, how does the hot apps, on your shared ad format, when people
Mhm.
are sharing apps with each other, how does it affect the CR overall? Like, how does
Yeah,
it help with it? Mhm.
I got it. I got it. So just to remind, so the hot apps is our format when we make, let's say, make people to share any
Yeah.
application more frequently with each other. So
Mm,
as I have mentioned, so then of course the CR is better because first of all, this is a, zero fraudulent traffic. So there is no chance, to make some fraud here. This is one point,
absolutely.
and the second point that the guys are telling some story about your application. If the story is
That's
good,
great.
if the application is good, they will tell it more, more, and more. So it affects drastically up to 5x in the CR rate. So thank you for the question.
That's great. That's great. Thank you so much again, Dimitri, again. Now we have Kazim, who's working as a game manager with Game Factory, and we would love to hear your insights. If you could share your screen, your PPT with us.
Yeah, I am sharing my presentation. I think, yeah, you can
We
see.
can see it. Yes.
Okay. Hi, everyone. I am glad that you are here today listening to me and my presentation, which is about how to decrease your user acquisition costs with the better creatives. Before we start, I'd like to introduce myself and my company to you. I have, especially for those who don't know me and my company. I am Kazım. I have been working with Game Factory for 1.5 years, and Game Factory has incubation systems for game developers and game designers to create a lot of games like hyper casual, casual, hybrid casual, etc. And also we have more than plus 70 game studios in Turkey. So I have been mentoring these game studios about game design, preparing weekly and monthly trends. So it's very important to follow the top charts every day. So yeah, this is all about me and my company. So we can talk about our main topics, which are crucial points and creative strategy. And these topics include subtitles such as gameplay, colors, character positions, camera, and also we will talk about using people and using celebs and using trending with TikTok before the gameplay videos. Also, yeah, we will talk about executions and satisfying, and also, yeah, we have a case study for Robot Runner, and also I'd like to answer your questions at the end of my presentation. So yeah, let's start with gameplay. Gameplay is a key to create better creatives because you must show your goal of the game within the first 5 seconds to affect a lot of people. Also, you must focus on the main mechanic and controls and also goal of the game. Just as you see in the first GIF, the stickman have stakes between the platforms, and by using a stake, the user make a bridge and make shortcut between the platforms, and the users can win by using this method. And so yeah, if you show that your gameplay, it's really impressive for users. And also we can talk about colors, and we care about colors, don't we? And also, you know how important the colors are in life. And I recommend to you, you must use top forming colors to create a gameplay videos, such as bright and cartoonish colors to reach a broader audience. But you don't use underperforming colors such as shadow colors, pastel colors also. And yeah, these colors don't affect on the users actually impressively. And so yeah, you must use bright and cartoonish colors. And also using this technique, you can decrease your user acquisition costs actually. And so that's all about colors. Let's move on. Contrast. Contrast is really important to have between key elements as your main character, and as your environment, and just as you see in the first and second GIF on the screen, there are a lot of different colors, and the main character has a few colors such as a dark blue or green skin color, etc. And also the platform is gray. And I think you can use different colors on your gameplay videos, and also it affects the users positive in a good way to create a better creatives. And yeah, it affects the users stay engaged on the gameplay. Yeah, camera is really important to create a better creatives. You must zoom in on your main mechanic and your main character, so the players or users can follow easily your game mechanic and your gameplay also. For example, just as you see in the first GIF, the blue stickman stakes the money, and yeah, we can follow easily the stickman. This stickman also it's very useful to understand actually goal of the game. So yeah, it's really important. And so yeah, we can talk about character positions. You must try to put your main character the users under the user's fingers, which is called playable zone actually. And so if you do that, the users can follow easily your main character on the gameplay, and so you can show your goal of the game, your main mechanic for the users. And so yeah, this method is really important to decrease your user acquisitions costs. And so yeah, we can pass other main topic is creative strategy. Creative strategy has a lot of different subtitles. So yeah, we can start with using people and split screen. There are a lot of moment and gifs on TikTok, on the Instagram Reels. Also, yeah, it's really impressive for the users. Also, yeah, you can use these interesting moment gif before your gameplay videos. It could be impressive for the users. And also, yeah, you can use this technique to decrease your user acquisition costs, actually. And so, yeah, we talk about other subtitles is using celebs in mini creatives. Nowadays, a lot of yeah, many publishers always use technique because it's really impressively to decrease the user acquisition costs. For example, Crazy Labs always uses this technique on their gameplay creatives. So yeah, as you see in on the screen, there is Billie Eilish, and also she is very popular in USA. So yeah, it's really important to decrease the user acquisition costs. Also, yeah, we can talk about using trending TikTok videos, and as you see on the screen, we control we control yellow stickman, and we by using car, and also before the gameplay video we see the TikTok videos, and you can use this technique to affect the people. And also, yeah, it's really important to decrease your user acquisitions costs. And also, I think this method is really important to decrease your user acquisitions and to create a game for hyper casual and hybrid casual games. And when you design hyper casual or hybrid casual games, you can you must show particles, outlines, and satisfying elements, as you see on the screen. And there is a tank, and it smashed it smashed a lot of red stickmans, and also stickman. Also, it's really impressive. And so, yeah, you can use particles and satisfying elements in 5 seconds impressively. And so other one is sounds. I want to share an example about this title, this topic, and I want to listen to this YouTube videos. Let's listen. Do you listen it?
Yeah, I think there's some challenge
Okay,
with the
okay.
audio, I think.
Okay. I suppose to it doesn't work. And okay. Using attention and harmonious sounds can increase your user interest, and also using this technique to decrease your user acquisition costs. And you must add a lot of sounds for your gameplay. And so, yeah, it's really important, actually. And so, yeah, we can talk about trigger points, and trigger points are very important to affect the users. And also, there could be prank, satisfying success, and sexual and fail feelings. And so, yeah, it's really important to actually to decrease your user acquisition costs. And I want to talk about my case study. This name is Robot Runner. Robot Runner was released on Mac by Game Factory. And so just as you see in the first GIF, our test result was 0.50 cent, and also we decided to change a lot of things on our game. For example, as you see, second GIF, we have added a lot of gates. We used green color for gates, and also we added a lot of enemies, and also we added AI. And so, yeah, it was very useful to add these things. And also, yeah, our second test result was 0.35. And so, yeah, it's very useful to use these things to create better creatives. And yeah, that's all about my presentation. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed and liked everything. And
That was
so,
absolutely.
thank you.
Sorry, go
Thank
ahead,
you.
go ahead, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. Uh, I'd like to answer your questions if you have any questions. Yeah.
Sure. One of the audience actually, they wanted to know that if you can send them the copy of the presentation. So I'm not sure if it is something you can do. Perhaps you can answer that.
I don't understand because your sound is not good. It's not
Sorry.
good.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah. So one of the audience, one of the
Yeah.
participants wanted to know that if you can share the copy of your presentation to them, and they wanted to probably get some ideas from it. So maybe you can let them know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Audience is
Yeah.
audience really important
Yeah.
for
I'm sorry.
hypercasual.
Is my voice audible? Like, can you hear me properly?
Not really actually.
Okay. If you go to the Q&A session, if you see at the bottom of the Zoom chat, one of the audience is actually asking, that if you can share your presentation, with them.
This slide?
The
Is
slide,
this
I think,
slide?
yes. Yeah.
Okay. Can you share your questions? Because I don't understand.
No problem. So I have
sorry
another
about that.
question. Yeah, no problem. I have another question I wanted to ask. Like in terms of gameplay, what is the difference between hybrid casual games and hyper casual games? We are hearing these two terms a lot, so we wanted to know the difference between it.
They are same actually, because I talked about a lot of topics, and these topics are really important, hyper casual and hybrid casual, because the audience is the same for hyper casual and hybrid casual, but hybrid casual has a lot of progressions, and as you see on the screen, it's hyper casual. It's basically arcade runner game. Also, a player when the player download a hyper casual games, and the player plays 1 or 2 day actually.
Yes.
But for hybrid casual games, when the player plays any hybrid casual games, the player plays 5 or 6 days actually. Plays the hybrid casual game. So yeah, it's there are a few difference between hyper casual and hybrid casual games. Yeah, I think they are visualizing are they are visualizing same actually.
Yeah. Okay.
And also hybrid casual and hyper casual creatives are same on the TikTok, on the Instagram.
Okay. That's
are
really
saying.
good to know. Yeah, that's really good to know. Sounds great,
Yeah,
Kazim.
okay.
Okay, so I think it's my turn now. I think I'll share my PPT. Okay, let me just share my screen. So anyone who has joined us late or anyone who has joined us, just recently, my name is Ashish. I'm working as business development manager with SocialPeta. It's an ad intelligence tool which helps you to find out about your ads for your competitor, for your industry leaders, and everything. What we have done that we have done a gaming white paper which we have recently published on what has happened in the first half of 2022. So we have done an analysis of different regions, top countries, top games. We have some case studies which we would love to share with you. I'll share my PPT with you. Just give me a second. I hope it's visible to you. Okay. So starting off with, this is a white paper. SocialPeta putting together a lot of resources. We put in a comprehensive report for the first half of the global mobile game. Now, game is something which we have been really passionate about right from as a kid. Even today, right now, even I'm an adult, right? I'm a grown adult right now, but I still play games and I'm very much fond of it. And I'm sure our peers on the panelists, as well as a lot of attendees, they also like to play games. And it's one of the factors, which it helps you relieve your stress and, get you into a good mood and everything after a hard work day. Now, obviously, a lot of apps and everything have identified it as a huge, huge opportunity for marketing. Since, I was reading in a report that, on a daily basis, an adult, and a person actually spend close to 4.8 hours of screen time on their phone. And that includes a lot of gaming, a lot of social networks as well. And gaming was one of the major factor of it. So we can understand that, this is something which we actually look, which is, with us, we carry it all the day and we look at it, all the time, and it can influence it in a very different ways. So, SocialPeta identified it and they came up with a solution for the marketing teams, for the gaming publishers, for the gaming developers as well. They wanted to get an insight of what the audience is doing these days. What are they interested in? What are they playing? What are they, really downloading? What are their interests in everything? So there are four categories to I just wanted to quickly share. The first will be the insight into global mobile game marketing. Then this, second will be giving an insight of the mobile game marketing in top countries and regions who have done exceptionally well in the first half. And then we'll be sharing the analysis of popular game genres. And then a little bit about SocialPeta. I'll try to, wrap it up as soon as possible. Uh, so, uh, so if you can see on the screen, it gives you an idea of the global mobile game marketing. Now you'll be surprised to know that in the first half of 2022, we actually saw an year-over-year decline of 27.8%, in mobile game creatives. That's a huge number considering, that we have now even more new games, and we have different game genres like casuals and hyper casuals and hybrid casuals, just Kazim said. Even though, we saw, decline in overall game creatives, and I believe there was, some sort of, post-COVID, impact because of this. However, we are coming up through with it, and the second half is actually already looking good. So, I hope, the trend will continue to grow. And there are some insights, and I'll be able to share that later on with the audience who can probably have a deeper insight after looking at the PPT or the slides. I can definitely share with you. So I won't go into much of the depths, but I would like to cover the main points as well. So this is just the trend which we have saw, which we saw in the first half. We observed that the T2, T3 markets have actually seen a significant increase in the number of advertisers, which is a huge thing because, the T2, T3 markets, which were, there were some challenges with the, I would say, with the internet stability, with the number of smartphones which were not available. But nowadays, with the manufacturers coming with it, amazing smartphones with the amazing capabilities to run, gaming and everything very smoothly. So we saw a rise in the T2 and T3 markets, which is an amazing, because a lot of marketers, a lot of advertisers, publishers, they can now open up their gaming to these markets as well. Moving on. Now, if you can see, we have just given you an idea of what the percentage of advertisers are there according to the game genre. So for the first top three categories are actually casual, puzzle, and simulation. We have seen a year-over-year change of a good percentage in the casual games if I have to really focus on, and board games being the lowest as of now. But however, we can definitely see that catching up with new games coming up in the market, and we hope that it can definitely catch up, and we can probably see some shift in the overall paradigm. Uh, then moving on, we are given an idea of how the percentage of creatives, are there by the game genre. So surprisingly, casual is again on the top, then followed by puzzle and RPG games. Because of the huge number of casual game advertisers, casual game creatives is accounted for the highest percentage of, like it's almost like 18.14%, and the second is 13.667%, which is a huge difference. So we, hope that casual games have been really focused on. It's a good to know information for our audience, and the panelists can also, put some light on it later on as well. Moving on, we have some insight in the game marketing by game genre, which gives you an idea that among all mobile games, casual games have the most monthly advertisers. And when SocialPeta did the overall observation about it, there were about 6,300 casual games advertisers per month, which is a huge number, and that it was followed by puzzle game and simulation game. And being the lowest was the strategy games, which had only 555 monthly creatives. So something to note over there. Moving on, so I know we are crunching numbers and everything, but we just wanted to highlight what exactly, if you read from the last 4 or 5 slides, you would realize the casual games have been on the top really, it has been on the top actually. Now, if you focus on this particular slide, it says the percentage of creatives by game genre. And again, we could always see that video has always been the main format of mobile game creatives. Like it actually allows you to show what developer and what publishers have done and how the gameplay looks. And with the upgrading of, as I said before, with the upgrading of global mobile devices and mobile networks, advertiser would choose a video creative, which can easily play nowadays on, even, a good smartphone, it will be able to play those video creatives without any challenges. And video has always been the most eye-catching for a user when he's using his phone and everything. There has been some changing trends, between videos and images, and video has come up on really top as compared to the image overall. Moving on, so there was a challenge with the iOS, because of the IDFA, which was they were forced to apply for IDFA, and there were some challenges with the more and more companies were to focus their advertising on Android. So it accounted for 70% of their mobile game advertisers focusing only on Android, which is a huge shift. Like if you compare it with the Apple users as versus the Android users, and and it's almost more than 14% than iOS. That was again challenges iOS faced. But let's see how they tackle this situation in the future. Now, moving on to the second category, which will be the insight in the top mobile game marketing countries and regions. Now, as I said, before, USA has been on the top for a very long time, and you can see we have done a bifurcation of the App Store by downloads and revenues. So Subway Surfers has the highest downloads in the App Store, and the revenue highest was for Candy Crush. Then the number of downloads to Apex Legends Mobile for Android was the highest, and the revenue was the top for Candy Crush, on both the App Store as well as Play Store, which is a huge catch for us to notice. Uh, Now, doing an analysis of the popular game genres, like what exactly those people are really doing, what kind of games are really attractive to them. Now, if we when we did a breakdown of it, systematically, we understood what exactly happened. Again, I'm sorry to say, but casual game again came up on the top. It was like 42% of the downloads out of all the app store and everything. Casual games were on the top. Sorry. And then top 100 by revenue, surprisingly, we see four different genres dominating every other, genres right now. So simulation being on the top, followed by the role-playing games, action, then the casual games. But since the casual games and downloads are increasing, we'll probably see a shift maybe in the next half, second half of 2022, or maybe in the first quarter of 2023. Moving on quickly, the analysis of mobile gaming advertiser in the USA. So the mobile game advertiser in the US, if you see, there's a huge, again, casual puzzle games contributed the most advertising. Midcore and hardcore games dominated the advertising chart. So the global marketing, reported. Just give me one second. So the basic analysis of gaming advertiser in the USA, we could see all the information over here, and just give me one second. Okay. So moving on to Middle East, we can see the download revenue for both App Store as well as Play Store. Subway Surfer being the highest with both, and PUBG Mobile in revenue for both. And the gaming advertiser, strategy games were the most popular, and heavily customized SLGs dominated the chart in the Middle Eastern region. What we want to talk about is the analysis of mobile game advertiser in Middle East. If you could see by the graphs and charts, Middle East is an emerging market with the fastest growing gamers in the world right now. And as the international game market slowed down due to game companies increase their exploration of emerging markets, in Middle East, a lot of companies have achieved more and more, success. We can see, I think, middle market coming as on the top. Hopefully, we can get more information in the second half of 2022. Okay. Then moving on to the marketing analysis of the popular game genres. So the top role-playing games by download and revenue in first half 2022 was on App Store. It was Pokemon Go. And similarly, for the same, the revenue was as well for Pokemon Go. However, in the on-ride, it's entirely different. The number of downloads for Cat Runner and Kakoi Games, one of the publishers, they published a game and they had the highest revenue in terms of RPGs games. Now, there are some trends in the RPG creatives which we have noticed in the first half. So if you see, the mostly RPG creatives are mostly short videos attempting to make the games more popular topic conversation on the platform. I'll just play some of the videos over here. If you can probably see it. Yeah. Okay. I think it's, yeah. So this is some of the ads which has been playing out over there, and it gives you an idea of how exactly it is. Okay. And then moving on to the top casual games for download and revenue. So casual games has been the priority for us overall in the entire slide. And we heard from the other panelists also that casual games have been, the most emerging gaming section for a lot of users, a lot of members. They focus on these. These are very easy to, play games. Doesn't require enough, hardware in terms of if I talk about game, mobile phones and smartphones. So that's why it's been extremely, helpful for us. So Subway Surfer on the App Store and Candy Crush Saga by revenue was the number one on App Store. And on the Play Store, it was Bridge Race, which was at the highest download game. It comes under the category of hyper casual. And in the terms of revenue, we saw CoinMaster being on the top for Play Store. Moving on. So the trends of hyper casual mobile game creators, we have seen a lot of different ads. It's a combination of multiple elements makes hyper casual creative funnier, arousing user, and it's really interesting to play in terms of understanding what the game is about. It gives you an idea what hyper casual games is going to look like so that people can actually play those playable ads and see how it works. And then, hopefully they will, move on to download the game as well. These are some of the ads we have done that. Okay. I'm sorry, I didn't notice my camera was off. Okay. So SocialPeta, just wanted to give you a quick highlight, quick shout out to SocialPeta. It's the world's leading advertising and marketing analysis company. It provides real-time updates, on the global market trends. As you can see from the, past, slides, we have done an extensive and comprehensive report of understanding the overall global gaming marketing. We have, identified the regions, we have identified the countries, we identified the game genres and everything, and we have we have like a huge database of, ad creatives. Through SocialPeta, you'll be able to understand what exactly the current game genre or what your current industry is doing these days. And you'll be able to, launch your product, your game according to the current, market trend based on what audience are looking for these days. And it will help you to understand better understanding of the gaming market overall. So that's all about it. Let me just quickly stop sharing my screen. Oh yeah, so sorry about that. I had some issues with my throat, but I'm feeling better now. Thank you so much. The audience was asking about it. Uh, we'll start taking the questions from the audience. If they have any questions, we'd love to answer them. Any question for Kazim, Konstantin, Dimitri, or even for me, we would love to answer it.
From my side, no questions. Thanks for your presentation. It was good.
Thank you, Konstantin. And Kazim, Dimitri, anything you want to highlight from your presentation? You wanted to understand. You wanted to give a shout out to the audience and how they can probably get in touch with you as well. All those things.
Yeah, sure. Ashish, thank you very much, and thanks for the guys who organized all that, and most likely thanks to the guys who have survived to the end. So we greatly appreciate that. So if you need some questions, something, ask the guys. They will share my contacts, so I'll be happy to chat with you.
Great, sounds great. Same goes for Constantine or for our panelists. We are here to help you to answer your questions or anything. If anything comes up, we'll love to answer you and help you out through your journey and everything. We're always there. You could also reach out to our LinkedIn. We can, we are available everywhere for you. Okay, so we have questions from Reed the Money. I read from Game Factory. They wanted to know that what's the most common monetizing strategy for hyper casual games? If
I recommend to you you can use using people or using TikTok videos are really important for monetization strategy in hyper casual games. You can use this technique, red, and also you can add a lot of trigger points on your gameplay videos. So it's very useful.
That's great. That's great. I hope we were able to give you an answer over this. Just in case if you That's awesome. They're saying thank you. And you could always reach out to Kazim in case if you want to know more detailed answer about it and how to reach out, how to be able to, cover up the questions you have. And I hope you can be able to cover that. Sounds great. So currently we do not have any open questions. So I think it's a wrap up from us. And it was a really great session, guys. And sorry about my throat. I got stuck there, but it was a very informative, presentation from all of the panel, and I really enjoyed it thoroughly. I hope the audience did too, and I hope we can see some, questions more coming to you specifically in terms of your, industry specific questions, industry specific product questions, and we would love to help you on that. Great. I think it's a wrap up, guys. I think we can probably end the call now. I don't think we are coming up with any questions. So I don't think anyone has any question right now.
Okay, thank you for the call. Should we go?
Absolutely. We are good to go.
Yeah, thank you so much. See you later. Bye bye.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining.